On the occasion of Education Week celebrations in Madras, 1,000 girls from 17 schools gave a colourful dance performance at an open-air demonstration. An attractive feature of the demonstration was group dancing in artistic formations to the accompaniment of music. It was a charming spectacle of rhythmic movement. The demonstration underlines the importance of fine arts in the scheme of girls' education. Another interesting item was the Veena Orchestra. Classical music and dancing are now receiving greater attention as a regular part of the curriculum. Experiments in aerial spraying of insecticides have been successfully carried out as part of the drive against locusts. The government of India, with the cooperation of American experts, carried out these experiments in the desert area around Bikaner. Aircraft carrying specially prepared insecticides fly over the locust-infested areas, spraying them with a death-dealing liquid. Last year, locust swarms caused considerable damage to crops in Rajasthan and Punjab. A war of annihilation is the only antidote to this ancient enemy of man. An all-out drive against the adulteration of food and drugs has been launched in Uttar Pradesh. Samples suspected to have been adulterated are collected from all parts of the state and sent to the laboratory of the government analyst in Lucknow for thorough test. Here you see some of the food and milk products being carefully analyzed. Samples passed as okay are given certificates of purity and others rejected. The problem of finding a suitable coloring matter for vegetable ghee is also being tackled in the laboratory. Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, who was on a brief visit to Lucknow, was given a warm welcome at the airport. He went there to attend a meeting of the Uttar Pradesh Congress Committee. Mr. Nehru reaffirmed India's faith in secular democracy and warned the country against the evils of communalism. At a huge public meeting, Mr. Nehru told the people that the threat of war with Pakistan had now lessened. He appealed to the people not to give way to panic and to have confidence in their leaders. Public enthusiasm for social service in villages has been spreading to many parts of Uttar Pradesh. The District Planning Committee of Lucknow has accordingly opened a second training camp for field workers. The workers are given training in agriculture, animal husbandry, public health and rural uplift. Road making also plays an important part in this nation-building program. A big step towards the completion of the Bhakra Nangal project in Punjab was taken when the Punjab governor opened the newly built rail and road bridges across the Nangal Dam. The massive Nangal Dam has been entirely designed and built by Indian engineers. When completed, the 130 crore rupee project will irrigate 3.5 million acres of land and generate 500,000 kilowatts of electric power. The Home Minister of Bombay recently paid a visit to Ulhasnagar, the 2-year-old refugee township near Kalyan. With its population of about 100,000, Ulhasnagar presents an inspiring example of self-help. The artistic quality of the handicrafts made here is of the very best. The Home Minister laid the foundation stone of a new market in the township. The first permanent shore hospital of the Indian Navy was formally opened in Bombay by Lady Parry, wife of India's Naval Commander-in-Chief. The hospital, which formerly belonged to the Army, has been given a Vedic name, Ashvini. It is open to all the 3 services, including civilian employees of the defense services. INHS Ashvini has 300 beds and a fully equipped family wing. 2 foreign tourists, Ivo Ponzi, an Italian, and Michel Leclerc, a Frenchman, touring the world on their scooters, touched Bombay on their way back home. They left Paris last April and have covered over 11,000 miles, passing through 13 countries. They were all praised for their midget vehicles, which they said had not failed them on the worst of roads. Our cameraman brings you pictures of the famous apple gardens of Kotgar near the Simla Hills. The fruit thrives to perfection in the crisp climate of the valley. Kotgar is one of the biggest apple supplying centers in India. Red and delicious, the Kotgar apple is in great demand. The apples are graded according to size and quality, and then packed and sent to market. Lovers of music had a rare treat in Bombay when Itra Neiman, a young musician of international repute, gave a number of violin recitals. Neiman was accompanied by a full orchestra. The All India Boxing Association recently put on a grand boxing match for the benefit of Madras sporting citizens. Keshavan and Jyoti Ramalingam punched to good purpose, thrilling the connoisseurs of ringcraft who heartily cheered their fighting pals. It was Keshavan who forgot to duck. He received a haymaker from his rugged opponent that had him floored. The winner, Ramalingam. Now for the star attraction. The fair sex go for each other with all their fury. These lasses of the leather, Christina Lawton and Kitty Philly, showed their menfolk a thing or two. If feminine fisticuffs become more popular, men had better look out. In future, when they get home late without a good excuse, they may be greeted with a knockout. With the end of the monsoon and the advent of bright weather, football has again become a popular sport. In Delhi, Calcutta's Rajasthan club won the DCM trophy, defeating the 8th Gurkha Rifles by 3-0. The Gurkhas were playing for the third successive day, and this partly accounted for their poor showing. But Rajasthan was definitely a better team, scoring the first goal in the 6th minute of play. Mr. N.V. Gadgil gave away the trophy. Nagpur fans had their share of thrills when the Young Muslims and the BN Railway went into action in the final for the Rovers Cup. Young Muslims showed more pluck than their opponents and won the match by 3-2. Stung to the quick by their early reverses, the Railwaymen played a spirited game after the interval and netted 2 goals in quick succession. They might well have obtained the equaliser had time permitted. Public enthusiasm touched new heights in Calcutta when Mohun Bagan and East Bengal met for the final of the Indian Football Association tournament. Over 70,000 football fans watched the classic struggle for the trophy. The replay began under ideal conditions. From the first whistle, both sides started in great style, swinging the ball about in long searching passes. But victory smiled on East Bengal, who won the match by 2-0. It was a great victory for East Bengal, who scored both goals in the first half. By this victory, they became the first Indian team ever to win the IFA Shield 3 years in succession. Fans of the East Bengal team, purely an Indian 11, celebrated the victory with rowdy enthusiasm. With the Kaesong peace talks at a standstill, United Nations troops strike out along the Korean front in a new offensive to capture key positions. Food and ammunition are sped by parachute to advancing ground troops. General Van Fleet and his staff watch operations against the tough Korean hill country. Record artillery barrages pound the North Korean mountain stronghold. At Bayonne, in France, the celebrated bullfighter, Dominguin, displays his skill for a full week to excited lovers of this Spanish sport. His skill in the ring is on a par with that of the Mexican fighter, Erutza, idol of the citizens of Madrid. And here comes the final scene. Dominguin makes a thrust. At the second attempt, the bull is mortally wounded. Dominguin receives the well-earned plaudits of the enthusiastic spectator. Bye.